What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Zach. We got another episode of The Journey coming to you today. In today's episode, we are finishing out the, let's see here, this is the 2039 season here at Miami. We have a game at home against FC Cincinnati and a game away from home at Toronto. Possibility of playing Atlanta as well on camera. In between episodes, we've actually been playing quite well. A couple of draws in there with all wins, except for that FC Dallas match, which I believe was our first match in charge. We drew 3-3 to Sporting KC and 1-1 to Charlotte, beating Philly, Orlando, Real Salt Lake, and Chicago Fire. If we take a look at the standings, we are third in the East with a game in hand to some teams below us. We're actually in really good shape. Charlotte and DC have qualified for the playoffs. DC has secured the Supporters Shield championship, I guess. I don't really know what it's called. But they've secured the trophy. Supporter Shield really doesn't mean anything except for, I believe, Champions Cup spots. I think the winner gets a Champions Cup spot. We look at the rules. Supporter Shield. Oh, and then there's like Super Draft implications as well, which we really don't care about. I don't see anything about oh, here we go. One team qualifies for the Champions Cup second round. So this is a direct buy into the second round if you win. And then the next 5 qualify for the Champions Cup first round, and then so on and so forth. It'll be all figured out. It'll be fine. So let's get to the match. Well, before that, have we made transfers? I think we did. Yeah, the real only one is Llanidloes going to Al Jazeera in the United Arab Emirates. Really good player. Played on the right wing, but they gave us too much money. We had to take it. Oh, this is kind of part of a rebuild for us. We didn't bring anybody in. We've been kind of we've been looking. I'm still waiting on a lot of scouting reports to come through. Since we are back in the journey, we are back to only looking at the scouting reports. That's all we get. Obviously, I can scout players like in the middle of the game. I scouted somebody. I don't remember who it was. Yeah, like in the middle of the game. But yeah, we are still on the lookout for some players, particularly in the midfield and wide backs. I would like to replace both wide backs and at least one of the central midfielders. Going into next season, it's going to be complicated trying to figure out homegrown players and all those kinds of designated players, dealing with salary cap, all those fun things you get to deal with in Major League Soccer. But right now, we're not going to worry about it. We are just going to get to the match against Cincinnati. Benjamin just picked up an injury like 2 days ago. He's going to be out for 2 to 3 months with I think a torn hamstring, which sounds incredibly painful, and I wish him a speedy recovery. We're going to go back to Stechia being a center back with Lopez out on the left. Santana, our backup keeper, has picked up an injury. So Ali's going to be on the bench. Benjamin can't play, so we'll have Agostini, I guess. Christ, we're hurting right now. And the way the second teams work in Major League Soccer, they are technically their own entity, which means in order to call somebody up from the second team, we have to loan them and register them. So that's fun. And then there's weird rules with how many games you're allowed to be registered for before you have to be like signed permanently. It's a whole thing. We need a left winger. Marty, you're just gonna have to stick it. Oof. João Pedro with no. João Pedro in the middle, Cordero on the left, De La Canal on the right. He's been playing quite well out there, so we're gonna continue with him. Willard, I guess, there. That all looks good to me. In goal, we have Nahuel Cordy. Still don't know how to pronounce that. Back four of Matthias Enrique Cavallo, Stechina, and Lopez with Corral, and Navarro in the midfield. De La Canal, João Pedro, Cordero, and Diaz up front. Can't be bothered learning first names quite yet, so let's get this team submitted. Not quite. Diaz not really working out as an advanced forward. Wasn't really working out as a trequartista, so maybe if we play him as like a DLF, maybe that could work. Winger coming in, high inverted, supporting, maybe? Lopez, you prefer to be a fullback. That's fine. Let's get this team submitted. Right, so FC Cincinnati. So I have some personal beef with FC Cincinnati back in 2018, I think. Keep the streak going. Back in, I think it was 2018. Cincinnati went from the USL or after the 2018 season. Cincinnati went from the USL Championship to Major League Soccer. They made the big jump. Which in the US, right, there's no promotion relegation, so you're just stuck in your league. So FC Cincinnati was able to bring in, I guess, new ownership. I don't really know the ins and outs, but brought up enough money to purchase a franchise spot in Major League Soccer. And it was kind of agreed that Cincinnati didn't really tear it up in the USL. And they brought a lot of their USL team into Major League Soccer, which meant they weren't very good. Especially the first few seasons for FCC were not fantastic. So in 2019, I was working with St. Louis FC, rest in peace, and we were in the US Open Cup. The way the US Open Cup works is very similar to the FA Cup, where the top teams, the MLS teams, aren't entered until the third round, I believe. And, the lower teams are entered earlier. What a save, Cordy. He was offside, but it's a fantastic save either way. So we, made it to the third round as well. No. Back it up. Jesus, how are they not scoring? We'll back up to the... I don't know, we played Forward Madison at home. Beat them. Then we had Des Moines Menace, who are, I think they're third division. But Des Moines is a very good team for lower league here in the States. And then we somehow managed to beat Des Moines. We had no business winning that match. João Pedro scoring his 7th of the season. Miami 1, FCC 0. We beat Des Moines Menace. If you want to see highlights of that match, highly recommend. We had, at the time, Patrick Schulte was basically our third choice keeper. And he was still with the academy at the time. This was before I think it was the summer before he went to college. And now Patrick Schulte is the goalie for Columbus Crew, who are reigning MLS champs. So shout out Patrick. Really good kid. Anyway, we beat Des Moines Menace. So then we drew Chicago Fire at home, which we used to be associated with. That was kind of our feeder team for a minute. Early days of St. Louis FC, we had some sort of, this is before I worked for them, so I don't really know exactly how it worked, but I know we had some sort of thing with Chicago Fire. We had Chicago at home, but like a few days before, our field flooded, so we had to move to a different stadium in the St. Louis area. We went to a local college and beat Chicago. I believe it was 2-1 or 3-1, something like that. Fantastic game. Then we drew FC Cincinnati at home and beat them with a last-minute header from our center back, Sam Fink. Fantastic header. I've never celebrated a goal like that. I was still an intern, but I was in the stands, and the celebrations that we had, both as fans and as employees of St. Louis FC, was like, it was nothing else. Nothing could have beat that feeling, that winner. Oh my God. Halftime. Story break time. Let's see here. Fans are up for the match. Keep going. Honestly, we should have subbed Cordero off when we had the chance. Wants to stay on. We'll keep him on for a minute. Give him 5 or 10 minutes. So then we beat FCC. Then we were into the quarterfinal. No, this is the round of 16. It was the round of 16. And we drew Atlanta United away from home. So, right, Chicago Fire at the time was not playing well. 2019 Chicago Fire was not a good team. To the point where after the loss against St. Louis, like, the fans were just chirping at them. It was not a good day for Chicago Fire. So, going into that match, we played our game. Anthony Pulis was the coach at the time, who was son of Tony Pulis, former, West Brom manager. Tony Pulis has been around football for a long time. But yeah, Ant was the coach, and he told the boys, hey, just play your game. Chicago is not in good shape right now. We're in really good form. Just play your game. And we beat them. Then we drew FCC, who was a lot of the USL players. And same thing, just play your game. We won on a last-minute header, and then the game against Atlanta leading up to it, like the week before, was purely focusing on Atlanta away from home. And I'll never forget it. The aunt, gets the boys in a circle. And I think this was the the match was on a Wednesday. So this was the Monday before we left. He's like, all right. Atlanta's a really good team because at the time, I think they won the league either that year or the year before. So this was like, prime Joseph Martinez, Atlanta United. And, got around the circle. All right, we're not going to play our game. What we're going to do is we're going to park the motherfucking bus. We're just going to park that shit as deep as we can. And we're going to piss off Martinez. We're going to time waste. We're going to tackle him a little bit harder than what we usually do. We're going to chirp at him. We're going to do everything in our power to get him sent off. Go. And we were close to it. We genuinely, a couple of 50-50 balls, a couple of 50-50 referee decisions, had they gone our way instead of Atlanta's way, we would have beat Atlanta 2-0. Like, genuinely, there was I think it was a penalty, maybe. I don't know. I was slightly inebriated during the match. I think it was a penalty that you can make an argument either way. It is what it is. A couple of 50-50 tackles that just fell to an Atlanta player. Really, really tight offside calls. It was very close. And I think Martinez ended up picking up a yellow. And we were just chirping him. We had I think it was Tomas Gomez, I think, was our keeper that day. And he's one of those players that would just yap the entire time. Didn't matter who. He would piss people off. He was really good at it. So we told him, hey, don't get sent off. I'm fine. We're cool if you pick up a yellow. Do not get sent off. Just fucking chirp at him the whole game. That's what we did. We came damn close. Real damn close. But we ended up falling out of the tournament. We got knocked out against Atlanta. And but we got a decent paycheck from the United Soccer League, who agreed that whoever made it the farthest out of the USL teams would get, I think it was a $25,000 check, which for a for a team at that level, that's like half a year's salary for a player. So a decent amount of cash. That's a good portion of a signing on fee. That's a good portion of a transfer fee. It's 1-1. Ooh, maybe VAR? Question mark. We are checking. Possible offside. It's going to be tight. Boys are celebrating. Goal stands. Miami 1, Cincinnati 1. So yeah, all that to say, I have it's not really a beef, but there's a little bit of a chip on my shoulder when Cincinnati were allowed to bring their colors, the badge, the team, the entity, into Major League Soccer, and St. Louis FC was not. There's a whole thing about that. So there's a little bit of a chip when it comes to Major League Soccer, and losing my career path partly because of it, and there's a lot of internal politics that go on within soccer at the professional level and semi-professional level in the U.S. So I mean, MLS wants nothing to do with the USL, and the USL is doing their best to, provide a path for players. But anyway, that is a topic for another day. We are going to make some changes. Joao Pedro's having the best game out there. Everybody else is just kind of there. Augustin de la Canal can come off, I think. Have Ezekiel Diaz drop back there. Excuse me. Gonzalo Agostini maybe up top. 1.5 star. Jesus. Go back to the advanced forward. But we're coaching now. We're back into working in soccer, and if all goes to plan, fuck. That's unfortunate. We're gonna encourage them. If all goes to plan, then in a few years, I'm hoping to work full-time in soccer at some level. Diaz? Oh, have it. Oh. Agostini with the corner, right-footed end swinger. Near post. The computer is struggling today. A second or third little stutter I've seen. I'll go to the corner. Go to the corner. Yes. Have a touch. Come on. Enrique to Cavallo. End of the highlight. Oh. Agostini. With the outswinger. Lopez. Ooh. Cavallo back out to Agostini. Top of the box. Hernandez. Cavallo back to Hernandez. Barrow laid off. Spacing, boys. Hardy. Yes! Jordy Hardy picks up his first goal of the season. Once the router is back on and connected to the internet, plug in the Echo device. All right. Now that I was rudely interrupted, so I used to use the Amazon smart device there. That's flashing yellow. Used to use that to control the lights up here, but I've got new internet. And I don't feel like setting it up again. And I'm kind of in the process of slowly converting everything to the Philips Hue ecosystem. So at some point, I'm going to put the Philips Hue bulbs and the main lights up above me. They're not on right now. I just have my lamp over here that's on. And honestly, it seems to be giving off enough light. So with the upgraded camera, does a little bit better job with low light. Anyway, that's a whole thing. Let's take off Joao Pedro. Let's bring on Sean Woolard. Woolard or Mendoza? Woolard for sure. And I think that's gonna be it. Maybe Bestwick on for Navarro. Swap them around. All right, bring it down. Let's just draw this out. God, that draw knocks FCC down so far in the table. I don't know, it popped up for a second there, but with Cincinnati winning the match, they would leapfrog us. But if they draw, they're outside of playoffs. So the reason I came back with 3 games left instead of 2, it's coming close to the point where we get into the playoffs. I mean, there's the possibility we get into it today. I don't think we do. Not with that result, we don't. Oh my god, that's the second time they've missed a really good opportunity. No. Play on. Go on, Willard. Alright. That should be full time. So possibly next match we get the confirmation for playoffs. And if we don't in the next one, we'll go ahead and play the third one. I think at this point it's just a formality of getting through enough matches. We played not well. Toronto and St. Louis are in the playoffs. Cordero's out for a few days, that's fine. I think Toronto is in. Yeah, I think we need a point. Not necessarily. Who do we play? Play Toronto. I mean, that could be the difference between home advantage right there if we win that. And then Atlanta. Ugh. I think we need a point. If we get a point, we're in good shape. Not necessarily, though. Chicago has to drop points. That's what it is. Chicago has to drop points. So we're going to come back in just a second for the match against Toronto. We will see you in a moment. All right, we are back. Orlando City have locked in their spot in the playoffs. It looks like the magic number is 48 points. No, it's not. It's going to be 47 points is the magic number. Basically, we Chicago have to drop points, I think is what it boils down to. I don't know who Chicago play. Where's Chicago? They play Charlotte, who are in second. So there's a really good chance they drop points, and this match really doesn't matter. Let's go play Toronto. Let's get real cold. It is early October in Canada. It's gonna be a little chilly up there. Not Cavallo. We want Lopez there. And play Bagoria instead today. Instead of Stechina. Ali on the bench. And I guess Agostini. Everybody else looks good to go. So in goal, we have Cortia, back four of Enrique, Cavallo, Bajoria, and Lopez with Corral and Navarro in the midfield. Cordero, Pedro, Navas, and Diaz up front. Let's get this team submitted. Let's get to the match. I anticipate us being in our black kits with Toronto in their white with red. Yeah, we are in black. No real fun stories about Toronto. Never came up against them when I worked at St. Louis FC. I did have the opportunity to go to a Toronto match. Jesus Christ. Why are they also wearing black? Who the fuck made this decision? Why did the league agree to this? I'm pretty sure Toronto has either an all red or an all white kit, don't they? Don't they? Hello? Toronto FC. Yeah, they have an all-white kit. What? I understand us not being allowed to wear the pink. Totally cool with that. I mean, am I? Stupid. Stupid. Anyway. I guess we could have done it here. Yeah, that's white and gray. Wear that one. Maybe they have black shorts with that? Whatever. Force them to wear the third? I guess the third kits aren't in Football Manager. So the way MLS does third kits is rather silly. Ooh, Diaz? Go on, son. Ezekiel Diaz with 14. Oh, ref. Allow it. He needs the goal. So the way Major League Soccer does the whole third kit situation is... Well, scratch that. Yeah, well. So there is, I think it's one game day a year where basically all of the home teams have the same kit and all the away teams have the same. Oh, have it. There's the goal. Ezekiel Diaz, this time securing his 14th of the season. A terrible mistake by Toronto's goalie Duckworth, passing it to the wrong team. Getting confused. Everybody's wearing black. He might be colorblind. We don't know. 1-0 to the good guys. So there's a game, I don't remember which game it is, where everybody kind of has the same kit. I think this year, like all the home teams had like a blue kit. All the away teams had green or something ridiculous. I think it's part of their Going Green initiative or whatever. Like kicking out plastic, whatever they call it. Fun fact, not a fan of MLS marketing. Anyway, so there's that kit. All of the goalies in the league basically have the same kits. All of the warm-ups are basically the same. The like the special warm-ups, I think there's like 3 or 4 special warm-ups that come out through the year. There's one, the Gay Pride one, the African American Heritage, whatever that one's called, is the same for everybody. Last year there was the Captain America one that everybody had. So basically it's just Adidas and MLS being lazy. Anyway, there's that. Then the whole third kit, like the official third kit, club exclusive ones, right? Premier League, Bundesliga, all the big team, all the big leagues have all the teams in them have actual third kits that are usually relatively funky. All right, this year Arsenal has the no, it's not the green one. Last year it was the green one. I'm blanking on what this year's is. Oh, it's the blue swirly one that I really like. That's the third kit. Like in Major League Soccer, they don't get third kits unless they meet certain sales numbers, and even then, it's kind of a crapshoot. So this year there was 5 clubs that got third kits. Navas has picked up an injury. He's coming off at halftime, left winger. Keep it up, boys. Navas coming off for Jordy Hardy. This year's teams, Miami got 1, LA Galaxy got 1. I want to say Dallas got one. No, it wasn't Dallas. There's a few others, but they were all retro throwbacks. So the LA Galaxy one looks very similar to like the mid 90s LA Galaxy kits that were just gorgeous. God, I can't think of the other ones, but Miami, being a new team, really didn't get a club throwback. And what they actually look like is they look like Miami Dolphins shirts. It's the same color, which I really enjoy the Dolphins colorway. Really cool. That like teal and orange, real bright. But yeah, there's a lot of controversy with Miami getting a third kit, but teams with actual MLS history didn't get one. Oh, Kansas City got a Wizards one this year. That one's pretty sweet. But like Columbus, I don't think got one. I feel like they probably should have. But again, that goes into Miami selling a shit ton of jerseys with the Messi deal. So there is that side of it, and you know, Messi being in the MLS has some split opinions across the board. I think overall, Messi being in the league and you know, Busquets and Jordi Alba, Luis Suarez, I think for the league short term, I think Messi being in the league long term is great. I think the over marketing that they do for Messi is good for the league short term, but I think long term, I don't think it's going to pay off. The Apple TV Plus deal, I don't think is going to pay off in the long term. I think ultimately that's going to hurt the league. I think had someone like ESPN or CBS had the rights to Major League Soccer, I think the Messi deal would have gone over significantly better. And I think the marketing would have been a little bit more sports centric, I guess. I think again, short term, I think for Miami, having Messi is going to be fantastic. They've probably tripled their jersey sales over the year. They've doubled the amount of people that are at the games. They've drastically raised the face value of the ticket prices. So I think short term, even long term, I think it'll be a good investment for Miami, both as a club and as a town. I think the city of Miami is doing well in a very similar way they did well with LeBron James being there. But I think for the league long term, I think they're marketing Messi incorrectly, right? Because it's hard to be if Major League Soccer is going to pretend they are a top league in the world, then I think it's open for criticism against the actual top leagues in the world, right? Premier League, Bundesliga, La Liga, stuff like that. And if Messi decided to go to the Premier League, there's no fucking shot the Premier League would have marketed him in the same way Major League Soccer did. And I think that's also the way America is set up compared to the United Kingdom and how everything is commercialized in America. This gets into some, geopolitical nonsense, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings. I think it's not a terribly bad thing, Messi being in the league. I think it's been fucking entertaining. Watching Miami matches is, I mean, it's obviously a step above whatever St. Louis was doing early this season. But anyway, we should have won that match, actually. But I think we are good for playoffs. Chicago dropped points. I think we are. Well, Philly. No, Philly's played all 34. I think we're in playoffs. I think we're okay. Oh, we did not. How did we not secure playoffs? All right, because we only play 34 games, right? Chicago hasn't played yet. I think they play here. Chicago won their game. Ooh, we are not out of the woods yet. We need a point. All right, well, this is going to be a little bit longer of an episode because we are going to come back in just a second. Just get confirmation. Yeah, we fumbled that one real bad. If we would have got a point, we would have been fine. No, we wouldn't have. We need a point. That's what we need. We play Atlanta, they're bottom of the table. We should be winning this match. Let's come back in a second. We're going to play Atlanta real quick. Here we go. All right, we are back for game day. It's not quite time for the match. I just want to see, who are we worried about? We are worried about Chicago and Montreal. Both teams can draw level with us on points. But unless something gnarly happens, I think we're okay with goal difference. I mean, the one I'm worried about is Montreal. If they have a 4-0 and we lose 4-0, I think that goes head to head. So, I don't know. Montreal. I also don't know what the tiebreak rules are. I'm just looking for Montreal. We lost to them and lost to them, so that doesn't bode well for us. So let's take a look at the matches early. Neither of those affect us. The 6 o'clock kickoffs. Look for Montreal, Chicago. Chicago plays at 6 o'clock with us against Toronto. Montreal play Champions DC United at 10:30. So, I mean, I think this is the one we're gonna keep a real close eye on. We're not gonna be in the wild card race, I don't think. I mean, if we drop points, we will be, but I don't know. Let's just worry about making playoffs. That was the goal from the offset. Benjamin on the bench, of course, as per usual, and João Pedro has picked up some torn abdominal muscle. That one's a painful one. That's a really painful one because we have to play Corral there. We gotta get creative here with like Hernandez maybe in the midfield. Maybe Hernandez can play a little bit higher up. Let's go with that. And Stechia back on the field. I'll lead there. I did think about recalling Guzman a little bit earlier. At this point, it's pretty obvious. We should have recalled him. But it is a little late now. So, Very similar lineup to last match, except Hernandez in for the injured João Pedro. Corti, Enrique, Cavallo, Stechina, and Lopez with Corral, Navarro in the midfield. Cordero, Hernandez, Navas, and Diaz up front. My heart stopped for a second. I couldn't remember if I clicked the record button or not. I did. We're all good. Also, I can move you back toward the middle because OCD and all that. Anyway, Atlanta United. Fans expect to win. Don't let them down. We are looking for, ideally 3 points. If we win the match, then it's, that's that. We're good. If we're going to drop points, we need at least 1 point and Chicago to not win by a ridiculous margin. We do have a corner early on, 4.5 minutes in. Navas with the in swinger, go to the near post. Cleared only to Cordero, back to Navas. Corral with the shot wide of the post. Did take a deflection on the way. We are out for another corner, another end swinger. I did take a poke around looking for Miami kits. Nothing's really on sale right now. And I don't really have the money to buy a full price kit right now. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to wait for a sale of some flavor. It's September. Probably after playoffs. One of their kits, I think it'll probably be the away kit that goes on sale. They do have some messy shirts from last year still in stock that are discounted, but they are the equivalent to this year's full price, which I'm not overly interested in. We are checking. One thing I didn't look at is some local. There's a local soccer store to the St. Louis area. That's one thing I didn't look at that I am looking at right now. If we look for Inter Miami, I know they'll have them. God, that Arsenal shirt looks so good. Navarro. Out to Matthias Enrique. Keeps it in play. It was a slow enough pass. He was able to get there. Navarro. Navas. Deflection. Can we, sort by team? Here we go. Enter Miami. 11 shirts. See what they got. Messi, kids. No, they don't really have it's the women's. Ooh, here we go. Really. Might be onto something here. Oh, they only have it in a small. I'm a little too big for that. Small and a large. You know what? It's the authentic. It's the authentic and a large. That might fit me okay, honestly. Because this is a medium. I think this is the replica one for Norwich. Which mediums fit me well. The authentics. We have two authentics, and they are a little bit slimmer, but they still fit me all right. Small definitely can't fit me, but $50 for an authentic kit doesn't sound too terribly bad. Hector Navas with his 4th of the season. 1-1. And they have... They don't really have much. They have the replica for this year, the black one for $90, which is full price. Couple of third kits. I don't really want the white one from 2020. It looks terrible. That's just my opinion. It just gross. Don't let him down. But the black one in a large, it has the inaugural season badge. You know what? Fuck it. We're buying it. I'll finish that up in a minute. Right. Atlanta with the ball. Vaca, long range effort, goes over the bar. Diaz with a decent match so far, 7.0, which is a little bit better than what he has been doing. Matthias Enrique lays it off to Cavallo, up to Corral, up to Navarro. Have it. Earlier, man. Earlier, you're right-footed. That first time should have been in. We are 1-1 right now. I was going to say we were 1-1 up, but that's not how the scores work. Stachina up to Navas. Ooh, keeps it in play. You know what? Fair play. Fair play. Probably should have gone out for a goal kick, but we went a corner in the end. Cordero. And swinger. It's cleared only to Navas. Great ball. Diaz can't win the header. That's the end of the highlights. Let's take a look at Chicago. Are winning their match, but we are above them on goal difference. FCC dropping points? Yeah, they're losing to Nashville. That leapfrogs Nashville above us. I really don't want to play a wildcard match. That just doesn't sound fun. Hector Navas. We're going to keep him on. I think Hernandez needs to come off. I think Corral slides up. We bring on, who's our best bet there? Slide Navarro over, and then Jesus Christ. Our team is terrible. I think we take Navarro off, honestly. Bring on Beswick. Keep Hernandez on. Cordero should come off. De La Canal can come on for him. Or maybe Kaplani. Bring on Kaplani up over there for now. He'll probably end up top here in a few moments. But we need to win this match. I think Chicago are losing. He's offside, surely. Referee, raise your flag. Are you serious, ref? Let it ride. 3 minutes of stoppage. We're gonna do something here. Capellani, no. Mendoza is gonna come on. No, he's not. Jordy Hardy. Jordy Hardy, please. And we're just gonna ride it out. Ooh, we have a free kick. Come on. Oh, good effort. Just about a minute left. Atlanta boot it long. We win the header. Hardy to Hernandez to Diaz. Something magical, please. Diaz. Squares it. Navas can't win the header. It falls to Capellani. Keeps it in play. Oh, here we go. Yes, yes. Ref. Ref. Oh my God. He's giving it. Oh, please, ref. Yes. Penalty. Come on. Who's got it? Who's got it? Hernandez. Yes. Come on. Isaac Hernandez, his first of the season. There's a penalty to secure us a playoff spot. I think we were going to be fine either way, but we sit a little bit higher in the table. That means missing the or getting a bye through the wild card match. We won't have to worry about that. We get probably at least one home game for the playoffs after the first round, and we get to learn how MLS playoffs work, which is really fun. Well done, boys. We got the result we needed. That was the ideal scenario. We end up 5th in the table. I'll level with Orlando. So that means we will be playing Orlando. They'll have an extra home match. Yes, I said extra home match, but we'll get to that in just a second. Well done, boys. That's what we needed. So, do we have the schedule? We don't have the schedule for the playoffs yet. We go here. So we are into the first round. Oh, there's still one game to be played. Montreal against who? Houston? St. Louis, maybe? Oh no, this is the one against DC. That's what it was. So I mean, Montreal could sneak in. 45 points would put them in the wild card. Anyway, if we look at the rules, so the wild card is a home and away. First round. It's a home, away, and a home. Oh, it's not. Oh. Huh? First leg, only players registered, that's fine. Penalty shootout if scores are level after 90. That's fine. Match goes to a replay if scores are level after 90. So, I have a feeling that this is where Football Manager doesn't really know how to structure this. So how it actually works. How it actually works is that it's a home, away, home. So basically, if there's going to be a winner here, it goes to penalties. Say the home team wins. Then this one, if the home team wins this one, again, it goes to penalties. Then it's 1-1, then there's the replay. I think that's probably what it's saying, but it doesn't really know how to word that correctly. Basically, if we win both matches, we don't play that third one. It's weird. Fucking American playoff system. Goodness. Excuse me. Weird American playoff things happening. And then there's a one-leg semifinal, one-leg conference semifinal, one-leg conference final, then the MLS Cup, which is the winner of the East and the West. So, we are going to come back next episode for the first round, which again should be against we look at the table, don't forget who it is. Can we have the groups? Should be against Orlando. Same state rivalry. You don't have to travel too terribly far. That's nice. That's real nice. So we're gonna come back for that in the next episode. But after that, let's see here, there's just over an hour of recording. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all those fun things. And as always, we'll see you later.